Hello, welcome to the Wise Way to Success podcast. And I'm super excited. Today, we are breaking the abundance code.
Yes.
Yes, we are. So I am on a mission to help people with their mental health. This is the Wise Way to Success, and we are going to help you. So first, we're going to help you by introducing Olivia. Olivia, could you tell the Wise Way community a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Olivia. I'm a mindset coach, a performance coach, and a human potential coach. I work alongside with Bob Proctor. I don't know if you guys know Bob Proctor from the movie The Secret. Maybe some of you know him.
Love that book.
And my mission is really to teach people how to get from where they are to where they want to go. I just want to close a gap between those two spots.
Well, I was drawn to you because I love the word abundance.
We all do.
I love the word abundance. I think we all like things in abundance. And I don't like the word scarcity. Because people, when they feel like they don't have something or they can't have something, they think very small. Like someone's like, oh, I can't help you because if I help you, I can't help me. Scarcity thinking doesn't bring abundance.
No.
So abundance brings abundance.
Yes. Because there's a law in the universe called the law of cause and effect.
Yes.
So everything you're giving out is going to come back to you.
Yes.
So if you have a scarcity mindset, you're not giving so much. So you cannot receive so much. So, and you know what a law is? It applies to everybody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the same way. So the example I'll be giving is like the law of gravity. When you're on a roof and you get to the end of the roof, you're falling down each time. There's not a time that you're going to fly or a time that you'll be propelled on the left side or on the right side. Everybody, when they get at the edge of the roof, they dive, they fall on the ground. So there's many, many, many laws in this universe that applies to us human beings, and we're not aware of them. And the law of cause and effect is one of them.
So let's break the code.
Okay, let's break the code.
Let's help the wise community.
Yeah.
How do we start to bring in abundance, bring in what we want?
Okay, first of all, you need to know what you want. So did you know that 97% of people don't know exactly what they want?
Not surprised.
Or they just have an idea about what they want, or they want things that they've been told that they should be wanting.
Makes sense.
Like even money. There's people who are going to tell you, oh, I'd love to be a billionaire. But really deep down, they don't want to be a billionaire. They don't want to have all the responsibilities that goes with it. So the first question is creating a vision for yourself. Creating this North Star.
Okay.
And it's going to be like your internal GPS.
Okay.
You're going there, and now you know where you're at, and you know where you're going. So all the decisions you'll be taking are going to be taken so much easily because you know what you want.
I love that because it's kind of like if you don't know where you're going, how do you know if you're on the right track? How do you know you're even going there? So it's kind of like let's get that internal GPS. Let's get that goal clear. Let's know what we want. So the first thing to break this abundance code is clarity.
Clarity, exactly.
Clarity.
Exactly. And you know, there's something that I want to mention. There's lots of people that are telling me, well, life is good. Life is always throwing good things at me. I just follow what life brings to me. This is the worst thing. This is being really, really, in French we say paresseux.
Okay.
How would we say that in English?
I don't know, but it sounds
paresseux is like, you know, you don't want to work hard to get your stuff.
Passive?
Passive, yeah.
Passive.
So neuroscience has stated that 96 to 98 of everything you're doing on a daily basis, you do it without conscious awareness. That means that you are literally programmed to think and behave in a certain way. That means I would drop you, let's say, in New York. In a very short period of time, you would recreate the same thing. Same kinds of friends, same kind of challenges, same kind of mate, same kind of job, same kind of money.
Yes, makes sense.
Same kind of living space. Why? Because you're operating on an autopilot. So if you don't set goals for yourself, if you don't set a vision for yourself, because you're operating on an autopilot, you'll be reliving the same thing all the time.
That's why I have a lot of my clients tell me, Rob, I keep repeating the same patterns. Why am I always being treated like this? I have this one client, she's telling me, these guys are always treating me so, abusing me, treating me like that. So you're going to do the same things, expect the same results.
Well, if you keep thinking the same way.
Same way.
If you keep feeling the same way, if you keep acting the same way, how can you expect different results? And because we're programmed, we're doing that over and over.
So let's reprogram. So we got to reprogram.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about reprogramming now. So we don't want to do the same thing. We want to do something different, because if we're doing the same thing and we're not getting the results we want, then we're not where we want to be.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's reprogram. Let's teach people, how can they start reprogramming their way of thinking, their way of being?
Okay, so first of all, you need to have a vision.
Okay.
You have to have this North Star.
Okay.
It's your internal GPS.
Okay.
And the first thing that, when you're choosing where you're going to be going, the first characteristic that needs to be there, you don't know how you're going to get there. This is the first part.
Okay.
If you know how to get there, it's the wrong goal. So it needs to be something that has to do with a big dream that you have, that has to do with fantasy. Mm-hmm. It's something that is going to stop you from sleeping at night because it scares you. You don't know how you're going to get there, but it stops you from sleeping at night because you're so excited. Like, life becomes so exciting because you know where you're going.
I'm going to be honest with you right now, okay? I started this podcast.
Yeah.
And I am resonating very much with what you're saying. The idea of helping people, of reaching people, of talking to so many different people, it excites me, it scares me, because it's like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? But I'm excited,
exactly.
And I'm doing it. And if you were to ask me, my goodness, maybe even 6 weeks ago, could you see yourself doing a podcast? I didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
And then I got clear on my vision. I want to reach people. This is a great story I'm going to tell everybody today. I wanted to reach people. That I knew. And I started to get very clear on my goal. I want to reach people on a bigger platform. So I own an anxiety and depression clinic, and I do a lot of workshops through McGill, other organizations. But I wanted to reach more people, maybe people in New York, in Toronto, in China, more people. And I said, I would like to do maybe a podcast or something. I literally had somebody say to me,
it's the law of attraction.
Rob, you'd be great at making a podcast. And this person is in the room right now. He's in the room. This person knew how to do it. So not only did I attract this person to tell me this because I knew I wanted this, but they were actually the right person to help me do it. So I'm a big believer in The Secret. I believe in laws of attraction, and I absolutely agree with you. You got to be clear on what you want.
But there's one thing in the law of attraction and in The Secret. People have this tendency of thinking that they just need to think it and they need to feel it. Actually, no. The work is going to be done through you, by the actions you're taking. So what I wanted to say is that when you set that goal for yourself, it's not about getting the goal. It's not about reaching the goal. It's about the person you become while you're getting to this goal.
Yes.
It's all these qualities that you've got that are sleeping right now that you're going to have to bring to the surface to be able to be this person who can really get to the goal, reach that goal. And the way is always shown as you're walking the path. And you're the best example for that.
Well, I think that people that are the best example for that are the people who actually do it. Who actually do it. The people who are congratulating me, like, congratulations on your channel. I always wanted a channel. Then do it. Yeah. Then create that vision for it. Then create the action for it. Then start to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
The only difference between me and you and maybe somebody else is
anybody
is we are taking the action for what we want to create.
Well, it's this yes or no, okay? Because often you know where you're at.
Yes.
And you know where you're going.
Yes.
And then you're trying to get there and you never get there. And there's this little voice that is always stopping you, that is always getting in your way and bringing doubt and worry. So when we understand that we are conditioned, so you know what you've got to do to get the results you want to get, but you're not doing it.
Right.
Often in life, that happens.
Yes.
You want something, but you're not doing what needs to be done to get the results. And you know what you need to do. So, taking the decision that you'll be reaching a goal is an intellectual mechanism. Getting to the goal is a lawful process. So it's two different things, because all your behaviors are ignited from your subconscious mind. And what happens in the subconscious mind is the emotional mind. It is where all the programming is stored in the subconscious mind. So intellectually, you know what you've got to do, but your behaviors are ignited from the subconscious mind. So unless you learn how to reprogram this subconscious mind, then you won't be driving your life. You're like literally programmed.
This is really, really, really about reprogramming.
It's reprogramming and understanding the laws of nature and how to work with them to get where you want to go.
So let's give people some quick tips on how can they start to reprogram their unconscious mind, because it is unconscious.
Yeah, and the subconscious mind, actually.
Subconscious.
So how can you reprogram your subconscious mind? There's two ways to do it. There's an emotional impact, like 911 was an emotional impact, but most of the time, emotional impacts are really negative. Like 911 was really negative. Like lots of people are traumatized by that.
Right.
But you've got all these speakers that start their conferences or their show saying, I was in a car accident and my head was cracked on the floor and I understood my purpose and blah, blah, blah. This is amazing, but they're telling you they won't be able to show you how to do it. Or because it's an emotional impact.
Right.
It's a positive emotional impact. All right?
It's very personal.
Yeah, so we cannot stand here and wait until a positive emotional impact arrives in our life. We might be waiting for all our life. The second way is constant space repetition with information you're emotionally involved with and with a coach for a certain lapse of time, because we all have blind spots. So you need somebody who really knows what they're talking about and that can really guide you and tell you, okay, this is what is going on. It's really good. Just keep going. You feel like you're freaking out. It's good. You're at the right spot. You're going through this terror barrier. You're getting out of the comfort zone. You don't know what is going on because you never walked that path before.
Right. So having somebody also help you, guide you to bring it to attention, the things that maybe you don't recognize because...
Well, I think we're in an era where there's lots of information. We've got lots of information on YouTube, on the net, books, conferences, seminars, whatever. But too much is like not enough. So people tend to start to do something like, let's say they'll do repetition. They'll be writing repetition or doing repetition in their mind for 2 weeks, and then it doesn't work. So then they start journaling. So they journal for a month. It doesn't work. Then they start meditating. They meditate for 3 weeks. It doesn't work. So people keep jumping and jumping. You need somebody that is going to be accountable, that has very well-pieced information, that is going to bring you from where you are to where you want to go. So it's just a path. Once you understand, Bob Proctor is always saying, success doesn't happen by chance. Success happens by law. It's a system.
And I'm a big believer in we can call out also what we want from the universe, but we have to put action in. There's a great saying, faith without action is dead. So if you have faith, but you're not taking the action, nothing's going to change. You need to put into practice action. That's how things start to move.
Yeah, but, okay. Most people, when they want to change something in their life, that's what they're doing. They're changing things in the outside world. They get a better marketing plan, a branding plan. They start taking action, going to the gym every morning at 5 o'clock. But if your programming stays the same, you're going to get results for a certain lapse of time, and then you'll just go back to where you were.
Right.
And I'm sure you can remember times in your life where you've put on actions to get to certain results, and then you just went back to where you were.
The gym is a great example.
Gym is a great example. Diets.
That's why the reprogramming is super important, because if you just do the action without the reprogramming, most likely you'll go back to the way you were programmed.
So everything starts with your thought.
Absolutely.
With your thinking. So that's what you need to change. You change your thinking, it's going to change the way you feel. And the way you feel has a huge impact on how you'll be taking action.
Yes.
So if you go to the gym, let's say every day, and each time you're there, you're like, oh, I just hate it. I hate it. Oh, I can't wait to get it done with. I just hate going to the gym. And you keep repeating that to yourself. Believe me, you might get the results, but you won't be going to the gym for the rest of your life.
No, you're going back to the way it was before.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Olivia, it's been a pleasure to have us talk about how to break the abundance code, reprogramming, retraining, being clear on what you want, being clear on your vision. How do people find you?
Well, I've got a closed Facebook group on Facebook that is called Cracking the Abundance Code,
Perfect.
where I share lots of knowledge that has been taught to me, and where I do mini trainings as well, where people can come and get a little training that is going to help them to shift whatever they feel they need to shift right now. And we're in an era of shift. I'm just telling you, if you think that we'll be going back to what it was before, you're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, no way.
So we're getting in a new era. We need to learn how to create new models for our life, and we need to leave the old model obsolete. And if you're really upset with everything that is going on right now, just keep this in mind. It is what it is. Harvest the good, let go the rest.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan, Olivia. Thank you so much.
You're
I want to
welcome.
thank you all, Wise Way community, for tuning in to the Wise Way to Success, where we are on a mission to help people with their mental health.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful, wise day. Thank you, Olivia.
You're welcome.